Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Jungle Cup and we got a different team to run with. Today we're going to be featuring the Lanturn paired with the Toxapex. So Lanturn and Toxapex cover each other's weaknesses a little bit, and we're going to top it off with the Wigglytuff. So here we got the Lanturn versus this Shadow Dragonite. Kind of a neutral matchup depending on the shield situation. We're going to shield here to keep this Lanturn quite healthy, and then we're going to go for our Surf Bait here. We do get the shield, and then we're going to switch out into our Toxapex here. This Toxapex is going to be able to survive this Dragon Claw pretty easily, and then we're going to see what they actually switch out into. Okay, they're actually trying to get the farm. They're trying to get some big damage towards our Toxapex. We can survive this, so we're going to let this go. And maybe they have an ABA weakness to the Toxapex. Let's see. So they do have the Vigoroth, and we are able to get a huge Sludge Wave to go through. What do we think is in that? We have the Vigoroth and the Dragonite so far. I'm thinking there's some kind of Mud Boy or some kind of ground type. So we're going to use our Lanturn here to soak up the damage, potentially get this Surf to go off. This Surf does get to take out the Vigoroth, and oh, bad call by us. Ends up being the Talonflame. So if we had reversed the order, we would have been just fine, but unfortunately, not going to be the case here. We just did a little bit of a missed call right there with the team. I mean, it could have been Talonflame, it could have been a Mud Boy. Talonflame also makes sense here. Let's see if we're going to be able to farm this down with our fast moves, and we do, so we are able to get away with it, and that is GG's to our opponent. Yeah, it could have been Talonflame right there. It could have been some kind of Mud Boy. Both of them make sense. Just kind of depends what is currently meta. Okay, now we got the Lanturn versus this Toxapex. Kind of a neutral matchup. You can see our Sparks here doing some good neutral damage. We're basically at the same health level, percentage-wise. And they're going to be able to have the super effective Mud Bomb. So they ended up throwing the Mud Bomb, and we also get a shield back with our own Surf. Now, we don't necessarily want to switch out at this point, as our Toxapex here potentially could get a farm down, or we could, I don't know, just wait for them to barely faint. So now we see that there is a Whimsicott. Whimsicott here at least avoids the Toxapex on our side, so that's actually a good sign for our opponent. But we are going to be able to get to this Icy Wind here. We do get the debuff, and then we are not going to be able to farm it down before their move. We have to tank a Moonblast, unfortunately. And now we have a Raise. Do we get to a Disarming Voice? Yes, we do get to a Disarming Voice. This is going to chip away at the health of this Lanturn. And then we know that we can survive a Thunderbolt. So we just got to try to race to this Sludge Wave. Who's going to be able to get to their next move? The Thunderbolt goes through, takes us into the yellow. And is this another Thunderbolt? Let's find out. Yes, it is. Oh, unfortunate right there. Right on CAP timing. So nice play by my opponent. Unfortunate that we were not able to take out that Lanturn. Ended up being pretty tanky as well. All right, we have the Lanturn versus Lanturn matchup. We're going to stay in. Obviously, we don't want this Lanturn on our Toxapex, especially with shields up. So we're going to either barely lose this or win this, depending on CAP timing. Okay, our opponent has shielded the first move, revealing that they do want the lead, and we're going to let this go. Ends up being the Surf. We do survive it, so we get an extra move to go through here. Okay, they actually switch out into the they switch out into the Vigoroth, so this allows us to go into our Toxapex here, soak up all this damage, and potentially come out of this matchup with a Sludge Wave to throw back at that Lanturn. This is a very spammy Vigoroth, as you may know, and we're going to be able to farm it down, so that's perfect. And if they come back in with the Lanturn, we do have the Sludge Wave ready for them. Sludge Wave comes through, most likely not. Okay, they do shield it because they're trying to keep this Lanturn healthy. Interesting. We got this Sludge Wave to go through again. We do barely not take out the Lanturn, and now we see the Talonflame versus Vigoroth, or Talonflame versus this Wigglytuff again. This time we do have two shields, and we're going to see if two shields Wigglytuff is able to take out a Talonflame, resisting all of our charms. One Icy Wind goes through. That is really beneficial for us because It not only debuffs them, but also gets them into low red. So 2 shield Wigglytuff does take out the Talonflame. We're looking for a move to go through. Unfortunately, they throw the move immediately. And now all we have to do is just use our Toxapex to take down that Lanturn because they have no more energy. So GG's to our opponent. Able to beat the Talonflame with the Wigglytuff is very interesting, especially with the Icy Wind. Of course, it didn't have any shields, but it's kind of interesting that the Talonflame resisting all of our charms was able to win that game. So it looks like we're struggling to get a match here for some reason. I don't know. Okay, looks like there's a lot of issues trying to load up a game. I don't know if the servers are just lagging out or not enough players right now. All right, fantastic lead. We get the Lanturn versus the Skarmory. Skarmory easily can win that. They switch out into the Mudboy Wishcash. We're going to use our Wigglytuff here because we definitely want to avoid Wigglytuff on their Skarmory. We are going to tank the Scald, and it looks like we did get the debuff, so unfortunately this Icy Wind is not going to do that much. We are also going to debuff them, but we're basically just forcing them to use some energy here and trying to get this trying to get this Wishcash out of the way, and we are able to farm it down, so they decided to quit the game because we did avoid alignment, basically. So basically they wanted the Skarmory versus our Wigglytuff somehow, but because of the bulk of Wigglytuff, it was able to charm through that Wishcash. All right, great lead again. We got the Skarmory on the Lanturn, expecting them to switch out. Okay, they go into their Dragonite. Okay, so this is a tricky situation. We have the Dragonite throwing a superpower here. We don't necessarily want this Wigglytuff to have a lot of health, so we decide to just wait it out a little bit, and then we take out this Dragonite right before they get to a move. At the same time, we're using up a lot of clock. Now we're going to be able to get to this Icy Wind here. Icy Wind, gets a shield from the Skarmory for some reason. Unfortunately for us, they end up having the Quagsire in the back. Quagsire is going to be able to win this matchup quite easily. This is going to be the Mud Bomb version of Quagsire, so that is very, very unfortunate. Most of the Quagsires have been using Aqua Tail and Stone Edge, but this one ends up having the Mud Bomb, so we're not going to be able to survive these that easily. We're just going to have to chip away at this Quagsire. Looks like they are going to look for big energy advantage. They are forced to use some energy right here, so at least they're not at 100. Now we're going to have to shield here. This Mud Bomb would do some good damage, and plus we just need our health to be alive versus that Skarmory. So we do force out their last shield as well. We decide to shield here. Potential farm down? Is this going to be a potential farm down with the Lanturn? No, unfortunately, we do not get the farm down. Barely not surviving it. Mud Bomb does go through, and now we are in range of a Brave Bird. So if this is Brave Bird here, this is definitely GG's. And boom, nice play by my opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.